Infiniti is Nissan's luxury division, or tattoos given a basic. They started selling vehicles in 1989, which is the same year Daniel Radcliffe was born. That's magical. Infiniti is known for, well, not that much, but they have random letters paired with random numbers that make me feel like I'm playing bingo and not really looking at cars. Bingo. However, they did manage to make a car that wasn't an SUV and caught the attention of the car community. The Infiniti G35 is a confusing car between making trombone noises and being a skyline in Japan. I'm not really sure what to make out of it. The G35 came into the car scene in 2003 and left shortly after in 2008 to be replaced by the G37 Bringo. It had an original manufacturer suggested retail price of around $32,000. You could get 32,000 Nacho Crunch double stack tacos for that. Known for oil consumption and marching band noises, this car has high expectations. Today we sit down with an owner and have a good old chat. Driver to driver. So don't forget wheels, tires, suspension, fitmentindustries.com. You know the plug. Today we're here with Jared.
How's it going?
You kind of look like hype boy Ron Weasley. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Kind of, a little bit. You got long hair. All right. So let's not beat around the bush. How much did you pay for that 4-door trombone?
2-door.
Well, yeah, some of them are 4-door.
True. 10K.
Okay, so you got the coupe. It's 10K. Yep. How many miles are on that bad boy?
70.
70,000
miles.
That's a pretty good price, actually. I feel like that's not that bad. Like, those depreciated a lot.
Yeah.
Because, like, they're like $32,000 MSRP. Why'd they lose their value
You
so
read
much?
the brochure.
I did read the brochure. I had a lot of big brain. Did I do math? Do the math.
I mean, if you look at kind of like the cars that have come out since then and everything, especially like, so like everyone always says like the G35 was the GTR like replacement because they stopped making it and like this is the car to go with instead. And it's like, okay, sure, whatever. But like, it's not. But like the R35 came out, right? They came out with like the 370Zs, like just technology got newer and better and stuff like that. And I feel like it kind of just fell down as far as like relevancy went, but it made it more affordable for like car enthusiasts to take it and then just put a ton of money into it.
I was going to
like,
say 10K ain't that bad. I mean, to be honest with you.
No, for what you get out of it, I mean, I like it, yeah.
Why'd you go with the G35 and not like a 350Z or something turbocharged? Or maybe a V8?
Something fast.
I feel like when you get a 6-cylinder, it's like getting a Happy Meal, but you don't get the toy. Like, you're still going to eat it and you get food, but it's just not as fun.
I liked the way that they looked. I like the 350Zs too, but I like having like a back seat just because like if I have camera equipment and like that, I can like put it somewhere.
If you like having a back seat, why didn't you get a sedan?
I didn't want a sedan. It's too big.
You're a picky dude.
But I got exactly what I wanted, so I'm fine.
Okay. I mean, so you do like the 350Zs?
Some parts of them.
What do you dislike about 350Zs?
The dash cluster.
Oh?
Yep. It's really specific.
Okay. I mean, I've heard the G35s have a little bit nicer interior.
They do have a nicer interior. I like the taillights on the G35 way better. But I do like the front ends on the 350Zs better.
Oh.
I've always considered putting a 350Z front end on a G35.
You're more of a butt guy.
Yes.
So how is the B35 community?
Is this an Audi now?
What's G35 community? I just don't wonder.
The community is a little out there, I guess. There's like the stereotype that like G35 owners are like douchebags because like 350Z owners are like they go to the track, they use their cars, and like if you've got an Infiniti, you're just a douchebag poser guy.
I mean, you'll have that sometimes. Do you agree with it?
I mean, after some of the YouTube videos I watched before I bought mine, yeah. I mean, some of them are kind of out there.
Do you use your car? Do you drift it?
No.
Oh, all right. I mean, that's all right. Enough out of me. Let's hear from our extremely cool and loyal YouTube community. You ready for this?
No.
All right. Feng Galaxy seems a little nervous and wants to know, how reliable is daily?
If you don't put 3-piece wheels on it and run air ride, they're super reliable, actually.
Yeah, okay. All right. So, you made yours unreliable. Got it. JP Ram asks, when you bought the car, did you know you should have bought a 350Z or did you find out later?
I've never found out, apparently.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think I needed one.
You sure?
Pretty sure.
JP Ram wants you to get a 350Z.
Sorry, JP.
Okay.
forget to check out fitmentindustries.com.
Kevin Manny wants to know, when you see a G37, do you think, damn?
No, I could have bought one for almost the same price as what I bought mine for, and I went with the G35.
Why is that?
I just like the looks better.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. More you know. You got weird taste. All right. Spider Puncher is in the same boat as you, and he says, I have an 05 coupe. What fitment specs are you running?
19 by 11 zeros in the front, 19, 12 and a half, -5 in the rear.
That's some big boys. Holy.
Yep. Concept 1.
There we go.
0,
All right. Logan Rogers is getting a little bit personal.
Oh,
and he
boy.
says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how cute are you?
12.
You think you're cute? Do you think Ron Weasley's cute?
I don't know. This got weird.
Because you're kind of like Ron Weasley. But if you don't think he's cute, then I don't see how you can rate yourself a 12. That's a bold move. That's a little bit cocky. Owen No is pissed and he wants to know, why is there so much hate in the G35? Damn. Shit. Why do they hate so much?
They hate us because they ain't us.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Butt guy.
Oh, gotcha. What issues have you had with your P35?
I've debeated multiple times. That's probably the biggest issue I've had with it. One of them was actually in the parking lot and a registration for Tuner Evo.
What were you doing? Were you drifting?
No,
What were you doing?
nothing. Driving.
And just debeated?
Yep.
Sounds like you need some bigger tires.
Yep.
But you can't fit them?
Right. Because I went too wide with my wheels.
Well, you should use the gallery over at fitmentindustries.com. Little Burry told me your car dies a lot because of the bad wiring.
Oh. Yep, it does that occasionally. The
So you want to expand on that a little bit?
air ride may or may not be wired always on and not on an ignition fuse, so sometimes it'll just turn on once in a while.
Your air ride just
The air ride will
on?
turn on,
And
yeah.
then it kills the car?
Well, yeah, because it'll just sit and run because it wants to, and then I go to
Why
start
don't you
it.
rewire it, brother? What are you doing?
I'll get there eventually.
Okay, all right, you're working on it. I also heard that something's up with your temperature.
Wow, you're good.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I also put a double DIN touchscreen radio in. And
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's nice, but the AC dual climate control that the nicer luxury interiors the Infiniti has don't work.
Why don't they work?
Beats me.
So it's just like,
So there's replacement buttons for the AC unit, and it's all like plugged in, but you can't actually adjust anything. So it's at like 74 degrees always.
at least that's a decent temperature. At least it's not stuck at like 90, but that really fucking sucks.
Yeah, so probably buy a new one this year.
Oh, okay, all right. What mods do you have done to it?
Oh boy. Aftermarket hood and trunk, both carbon fiber, aftermarket front bumper, air ride obviously, 3-piece wheels, tires that aren't big enough.
Yeah.
Full interior swap. I went all black interior, so I bought a second G35. Took that whole interior out because I had tan and gray interior and swapped them. So now it's got all black interior.
Hold up. Didn't you drive pretty far to get this car?
Tennessee.
If you drove all that far, why didn't you just get one that you liked?
Well, I did, but black on black was like extremely rare. Like it would have been.
How rare are these cars? You gotta go all the way to Tennessee to get one you don't like.
Well, I just wanted one that was like clean and low miles, and Tennessee had it. And
You need to
Tennessee's
buy a
not
whole. How much was that car? How much you get? Was it a shell?
No, it was a running car. I traded a set of AG wheels for it.
You traded wheels.
AG monoblocks.
They really depreciated, bud. You can trade wheels for these cars? Oh my! So you trade just for the interior?
I traded for the whole car,
Well,
got
right,
the
but-
interior,
and
and
then
then
you just
sold
sell
the car
it?
for $800.
800. What was wrong with it? Or they
The
just
kid before
depreciated
me,
that much?
no, the kid
Okay.
before me like drifted it and it went off, and like it was either like the subframe was bent or tie rod was something was bent, and the whole like rear driver's side was like this when it should have been like this.
No, but the
as far as
interior
tires.
was.
The interior. Yep.
How much money do you have into this thing?
So in parts, probably close to $20,000.
20 what? $20? 20.
Roughly. Probably 18. Yeah.
18 to 20. Why? How much power are you making?
The motor stock.
You spent 20 grand and you got debeated tires to show for it. And the AC unit doesn't work.
Yeah. But it looks cool on the gram.
Does it burn oil?
Not really. Like, I mean, a little.
Does it leak
but like,
oil? Because I've seen it leak oil.
It might leak a little oil.
He's all right. So you spent 20 grand. You got a clap car, no oil, no AC, no heat.
It looks good on the gram though.
Looks good. Well, when the tires are on it, I suppose. Do you drive it? Like, I'd be scared to drive it anywhere.
I tried to
You
drive
ruined this car. What'd you do that for? It seemed like it was a good deal.
Damn.
You spent 20 grand to destroy it.
Got me rethinking my whole life
I
now.
know. All right, I guess. Do you have any advice for someone looking for one of these T35s? G35. Yep, that's what I said.
Buy one. Do it. They're awesome. I don't know. They're not that unreliable. I feel like you look online and everyone's like, go with an uprev, go with an HR, go with a reliable motor. But like, I haven't really had any motor issues with mine.
How many miles are on it now?
94,000.
Okay, so a little bit. You haven't put too many on it, though.
No, I've had it. It'll be 3 years in about a month. So
So you put like 20,000 miles on it
yep.
and spent $20,000.
See, it's just math.
That's a lot of math.
$1 a mile.
Are you a wizard?
I'm Ronald.
So that about wraps it up. Thanks for Ronald for letting us poke some fun at him, for being inspired by Bayan class and picking up one of them GB30, T35 things. And for all your wheels, tires, suspension needs, check out fitmentindustries.com. We got your suspension and concept one wheels. Talk to you later. Bye.